These are signed up.
No, that's
Meeting of
true.
the Rotan I.S.D. Board of Trustees to order at this time. Oh, this meeting was legally posted and conducted under the Open Meetings Act, Chapter 551, and at this time, a quorum of board members are present. Mr. Williams is absent at the moment, but should be here shortly.
6:03.
Mr. Esmond, would you mind opening us up?
Let's pray. Precious Heavenly Father, Lord, again, I just want to say thank you so much for the rain that you've given us, Father. And we just do pray for more of this land. It's just dry, Father. And Father, thank you for this time that we come together. Just give us the wisdom and knowledge to make the decisions that we need to for this town, for the community, for the parents. Father, just give us that wisdom. In your Son's precious name I pray. Amen.
It is hot in here. Did y'all not turn the AC?
We did, but I will go over there and turn it down again.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to be Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Anybody signed up over there?
Yes, I've been,
Working?
Doesn't appear so from my vantage
like,
point.
from the minute I got there.
Yes, anybody who signed up over there, no.
Two blank sheets.
Oh, wait, I haven't even signed it.
Moving on to item 4, it's the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Yeah, but that's okay. You can do it.
Motion by Mr. McWilliams, second by Mrs. Warren to approve the consent agenda. All in favor? Motion carries 6-0. Item number 5, leadership team members' reports.
One principal had a thing tonight. Our new one, she'll be here the next one. She already had an engagement tonight. Jody is on vacation, and then Katrina, she be thinking about her back. She kind of hurt her back, and so it's kind of been hurting. So she was going to be here tonight, and I sent her home. But then I had Coach Sparks decide to sit in, let y'all know a little bit of what's going on with our summer projects. So I'm gonna turn it over to you, Coach.
Okay,
And then he's gonna run, because he's got kids that showed up
Yeah,
6 months ago.
I've got a weight room full of kids up there. That's a
Great problem to have.
great problem to have. I've been saying that a lot here lately. Guys, we're gonna back up a little bit and catch up throughout the summer. We've had several camps, and the camps have been a whole lot more productive than I actually thought they would be and was hoping they would be, so I'm very pleased with them. We had around 40 to 45 kids at the camps, except for one camp, and that was baseball camp, and I think it's 115, 116, and 112 degrees that day. And so those kids didn't show up for those, and I really don't blame them. They were pretty hot. But the rest of them, we had around, we averaged 40 kids a camp, and that's the little kids from 2nd grade to 5th grade, and then 40 to 50 kids from 6th grade to 8th grade. So it was a great deal. We also had between 4 and 6 high school kids show up every single time and help those kids out. And I told them when they started doing that they would learn more about athletics by coaching it and teaching it than what they would if I'm trying to coach and teach it to them. And they came to me after it was over with, said, you were right, we learned quite a bit. So that was a good thing. So we're just gonna build on that. Next year we'll be able to get our camps out in early April, right in there, the way we're not rushing at the last minute to try to get them done. and we'll see if we can't get some professionals and stuff to come in and help us with those. Summer workouts, our lowest number we've had was 28, and that's between junior high and high school. Most of those camps have been around 30 to 35, and it's the same kids over and over and over. We have started seeing a few more kids come in because the kids are starting to see the results, and so they're starting to bring their buddies in, and so that's been a pretty good deal for the boys. We did split the girls where the girls could get a little more one-on-one. I'm not a big fan of that because I want us to be a family. I want us to be one. So probably going to go back to try to have it all as one next year because I just don't like the split family. I don't like girls athletics and boys athletics. I like Rotan athletics. So that's just on that whole deal. We are looking at having a ladies basketball camp. I believe it's next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday. And got a little hot shot coming in. She's from what I can see and hear and tell, she's going to be very beneficial. So much so that I'm going to do my best to be there when I can. I do have a convention that I have to go to next week, but I think the last day and a half or so I'll be here, and I'm actually going there and see what she can teach me as well. So we'll have that happening. Our Thursday night dinner. I don't know if y'all heard about our Thursday night dinner with our athletes. The moms have really taken a hold and taken off, and it's Rotan Moms is what they're calling themselves. And we've been going with it. But we've been feeding the kids and some of their parents, starting to get some parents to come out. We get more parent involvement. I think things will step up even higher. So got a good response with that so far. If you guys want to come out for Thursday night dinner, it starts around 7 o'clock. Love to have you come eat, enjoy some time with us. The Rotan Moms have started and taken off with some fundraisers that are going to start happening. I think they got bingo coming up. They told me to go find a place and sit down and get out of the way. So I said, yes, ma'am. Been married for 20 years. I know when to say yes, ma'am, and get out of the way. Anyways, that's kind of it for me. I'm trying to teach the kids to give back to the community and to lead in the community and to be a leader, a leading servitude kind of thing to where you can get out and actually give back to the community, especially if you're going to want. Because I think sometimes our kids want so much, but they don't understand how to give back. And so we're going to start really working in the community to try to give back in that way and to be present in things, such as the 4th of July float. I read on several people's lips, like, that's our football team. I don't know the past. I mean, this is my first year here, but that made me proud and it kind of made me sad at the same time. Have they never been on a float? They haven't? No? Much?
We hadn't had a 4th of July float.
Yeah,
Parade,
Yeah,
I don't know when, honestly, a parade, yeah. This
Not
first
as
time we've had
like this we did
First,
here anyhow.
first time we've had a parade on 4th of July that I know of.
Oh, is it? Okay, well,
So
I had a lot of
that was a big
points.
deal. Yeah.
One thing I would like to ask if there's anything like that, other floats or other parades that we can put the kids in and let them kind of have that time. Like when I was growing up in Dublin, we would go to Stephenville to their parade, and we would have the Dublin Athletics in their parade with them. So if there's anything like that that y'all can think of, please let me know. I'll load them up and we'll go do that kind of thing. And if there's anything else that we can give back to the community, like brush day where people put their brush out by the side of the road and we come by and pick it up and haul it off to the homecoming bonfire, that type of thing. Anything like that, let me know. Or let Mr. Edgman know and he'll get to me and we'll work that out. Throw him under the bus because I didn't even tell him we were going to start trying to do that. There you go. Welcome to athletic world and what my coaches go through. Okay. Y'all got anything for me that y'all want?
Just great job.
Oh, thank you. Thank
I've
you.
heard a lot of great things, not just from the kids, but just people in the community, about what's going on during the summer. They're really
Thank you.
excited about that.
Thank you. I think we're making some great progress. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm just being me. He calls me the Energizer Bunny because he tells me all the time, slow down. I was like, I did. I'm slowing down. No, slow down some more. I was like, okay. So I had a buddy of mine, I was telling him out there, he used to compare me to the little rubber bouncing balls. When you bounce them in the room and they go everywhere. When I was younger, he used to compare me to that. I had too much energy. But anyways, I'll try to slow down a little bit, but it won't be much.
You're expending it in a positive way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, appreciate it.
Good. So when does 2-day actually begin officially?
2 days. They start August the 3rd, and I want my coaches to be teachers first. And so all of my coaches are going to be in the in-services as we go throughout the day, and our practices will actually start around 5, 6 o'clock at night. Even if we need to flip the lights on and have them later than that because of the heat, that's what we'll do. And we're having Midnight Madness. The kids went nuts when I told them I was going to do that. Anyways, Midnight Madness, and if anybody wants to cook pancakes with me after Midnight Madness, you're more than welcome to come cook pancakes with us. So,
When is that?
So is that
be
actually
the
on the?
Friday. Let me get that pulled up here.
Yeah, I think it's the 7th.
Sounds
I've got
right.
it on mine, August 7th.
August the 7th, yes, because we can't practice till 12:01 on that Saturday. So it'd be about 1 o'clock or 1:30 when we eat. If anybody's still awake.
I gave him a hard time, but I'm gonna be there. I don't know how, maybe sleeping on the side.
The kids love it.
First
You know,
day
we-
pants.
First what?
First school day, first day they do pants. That's why.
Yes. Oh, I didn't hear.
I think she was trying to figure out why 2 days started on the 3rd, and then we're doing that on the 7th, because it's the first day on the pads, right?
UIL always starts 2-a-days, what they call 2-a-days still. It's not 2-a-days because of the structure you have to have. But they have 2-a-days on the first Monday of August, and you have to have in 5 days of pads. So we will have a practice that Friday at 5 o'clock, and then we'll go away. And at 12 o'clock, we'll come back. And at 12:01, we'll step foot onto the field to have our first padded midnight practice. That way we can stay within UIL rules. So if you see the lights on, it's just us.
Coach Sparks, thank you.
Absolutely.
We're excited.
Me too.
Lots of
But
good
I'm
things
always
happening.
excited.
Yeah.
So. All right.
Any
Thanks,
questions?
guys. No? Good, okay. Well, then I will see y'all around town, and I'll see y'all next month, okay?
Let
All
us know if we
right.
can
Thanks,
help you
Win the
guys.
anyway.
World Cup.
Stay for a quick second, just
Okay.
so you can kind of say this. We did hire a girls' basketball coach, Heath Hope, is who we've got. I will say this, the one thing that I'm very, very happy with on this is he's probably going to be, at least currently, probably the best math teacher that we've hired. He's been doing a lot of dual credits. He's done a lot of the upper level math. In fact, when we talked to him, I was thinking about putting him in junior high, and after interviewing him and stuff, he's going to basically be able to take any math class we've got and teach it if we move to a different level of calculus or anything like that. He's got that ability.
And he's excited and will not leave me alone about when he can start. And so we're working on getting him a place to live to where he can get here and get started.
So hopefully Wednesday, I think, is what he's.
I believe Wednesday. Wednesday, maybe Thursday for him.
That he's
but
gonna be a good fit for Coach Sparks and the group we've got going on. So just kind of wanted
Believe
to
so.
say that. So he's been in the big school. I know you'll kind of ask, he's been in the big school. He's been at small schools a lot. He did get talked into going to big schools. He did not do basketball in the big schools, but he did do basketball in the smaller schools. He's kind of been in the track.
Where's he coming from?
Excuse me?
Where is he coming from?
Tomball, is it
Tomball, that's where he's at right now.
Right, Tomball, big 6A. And he said he got talked into it from some of his coaching friends, which Coach Park's gonna test. He talked to several of the people that he had been under before, and he got talked into going there, that he's like, I don't want to. Plus, he's got family in Winters, so he's
Right.
wanting to get back down this direction. So
Yeah.
he's got 13 years of teaching and coaching experience. So he's not a young one, but he's not an older one either. So.
I went to the big school one time and I didn't care for it either.
Which I think I told most of y'all, but we did have one of our coaches that we hired, Conway, who decided to take another job somewhere else, so just wanted to know, and this will help fill that in. And then also, we are still looking. We've still got some people we're looking. We don't really have any interviews set up, but we are still looking. And as I've looked through Facebook, I'll admit that there are people still hiring.
A ton of them.
Yeah, still looking. I mean, even though we're kind of past that magic contract day, a lot of y'all, they allow you to get out of your contract. They've kind of changed it to where it's free gratis, but they try to, around July the 4th is what they say is the last time. But technically, I think you can get out of your contract later, but most people don't want to. You know, they want to do that, so we're kind of at the end of that, but we're still looking, so kind of on that.
There's 3 pages of coaching, people looking, or schools looking for coaches right now on the coaching websites. There's 3 pages of it, so. And then whenever we're at that convention, we'll be digging and looking for coaches there too. So.
That's a little bit about what I wanted y'all to know, that I tell him, and he can hear me say, he is doing Energizer and everything, but I just don't want to burn our coaches out either. So what we can do, we've talked about some things. I'm probably gonna take over the tennis if we don't find someone, so I'll probably do tennis next year. And then try to help in other areas where I can, so, but, I've hit a tennis ball a couple of times. So, I can help with that a little bit as well, too. And so, kind of going from there.
Just thought about this. I see the nice white orange R and everything on our shirts. Is there a store in town besides this one down here that y'all could think of that would carry our shirts if we called it? I know a company that could.
Embroidery Inc.
Embroidery Inc. would pull.
They're in Roby, and her name's Rebecca Stanley.
Do they have our shirts there?
Like, no, but I mean, she could probably make them.
That Wolf Printing does some for us the other day too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the boss man.
Was that new one they're putting in here, isn't that what they do?
Yes.
The
Yeah,
Wolf
that's
Printing,
the
they do
Wolf
that.
Printing.
I'm looking for, say, a shrunk down Walmart. Do y'all know the owner or anything at the grocery store up here?
Michael.
Who's it?
Michael.
Mike
I'm
Holt.
sure he gets their shirts, honestly. That's
I
not,
don't know where he gets his shirts.
those are not ever anything that, or the shirts he gets, I don't know where he gets those from. He's not from the school, because that's nothing that anybody else sells. I guess
I just
that's
want-
he gets made.
During our football games, I want to be able to turn around and see a sea of orange in the stands.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
I just want to see that, and so if I want that, I gotta be able to tell people where to get them.
Well, Embroidery Inc. and it's right out of Roby, and she subs here and stuff. She's opening
Okay.
up, getting her start going.
I know
But, I
Wolf
mean, you can.
Inc. does too.
Yeah.
They're both opening up, so, but there's a company that I can call that will handle all that stuff for me. I just need to know where, but you said
Just
Holtz.
be sure it's the right orange.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah.
I've got his
Not
number.
yellow, orange, red.
Troy, in our admin meeting tomorrow, remind me, I've got his number.
You got his number, that's what I wanted, okay.
Might talk to him down at Ace too, because I know they do sell a few clothing down there, and they
You're right.
could probably.
I think of Ace as being a hardware store, but they've got a lot of really cool little crafts there. How you doing?
I was going around that way. Don't trip.
Yeah. All right then. That's it, that's all I've got then.
I think I said it that way. I didn't get back.
Okay, it's over.
All right, I think that's all I need from you. Just wanted you in here when I talk about
Good.
Coach Rotan.
All good, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Keep up.
Y'all need anything, holler at me.
Yeah, same to you.
You know where to find me, Fieldhouse. See y'all later.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk construction a little bit. We had kind of our meeting and kind of let you know. Again, if any of you want to come up and walk through, if we want to walk through here in a little bit, we can do that as well. It's not much has changed a little bit. We had some issues with, once they got into the roof, they kind of did a bunch of construction and we needed to clear out some stuff out of the roof. They did not do a very good job. They were doing some of the walls kind of connected to some vents and things like that, so we've had to go in and make sure we cleaned out some things. A little behind, they finally, we had a big powwow meeting this last time, and it's probably gonna be September before it's ready. But here's kind of the part that I've worked with them. They think that they can get 4 to 5 rooms done and a bathroom done by the start of school, which means we've already got classrooms, we've already got everything in here. So we could have the classrooms here and then move 4 or 5 over there and at least start school, and then hopefully gradually, as they get ready, move everybody over there, and hopefully maybe by the end of September, we could be in that building completely. So that's kind of what we're looking at with that. Everything else, they think that everything is pretty much done for any, anytime you do any remodeling, you never know exactly what's behind the walls or in the ceiling. And so we've had a few things there with that. Internet should be, we've hopefully got that kind of the main thing, that we've got that up and running. We're going with Region 14, basically. They've come in and actually done gonna do all of our internet work and everything, and kind of go through that. So we've actually been lucky to catch them as they go through, and we think everything's gonna get moved. The only thing we're waiting on, I think everything's been hired. We're getting some new switches and some new internet, I guess you could say switches and hubs that kind of branch out the internet. We're waiting on that, but it shouldn't take too long once we get that. So with that said, they're not on task to be done by August. It's gonna be September right now, most likely. But hopefully we can start school to where we were kind of, as you know, we had someone in the auditorium, we had 3 classes in the library, which was not great. So hopefully 4 to 5 classrooms over there. And get school started. Talked about hires and resignations. Next board meeting, August 10th. We kind of need to have it that day. And here's the reason why, is that will be our budget workshop, which means we will talk about the budget for next year. And then we have to get it in the newspaper for 2 weeks before we can approve, and we've got to have that done by September 1. So this is the time, August, for your 2 new board members, that we'll have a meeting August the 10th. And then we'll probably...
If you have it the 10th, I want a birthday cake.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm gonna forget that, but maybe I'll remember it, Danielle, and when you listen to this, put that on your notes. So,
I'm gonna put that down.
and I do want to go back to the construction deal. We are on budget. In fact, we are under budget right now. Just want y'all to know that. I've got that on my list and forgot to tell you. But right now, the budget is good, and we are under budget right now, which is one thing. I want to make sure we get a few things together, but we never put in for furniture. And so if we do have any surplus on that, I do want to talk about going back with some furniture. If we're going to have a nice new building, we might as well try to put some nice new furniture in there. But that's kind of my goal, but it was not put in the original, but we can spend it on furniture. So that's kind of my goal with that. So August the 10th, hopefully everybody can make it. Like I said, it's that Monday, and yes, it's the first day of school, so it'll be a long one for all of us, and I'm sorry. Just gonna look at and kind of go from there. It's kind of a deal, but we'll have the budget. And Hunter Warren, which is our accountant, he'll be here that day as we go over everything. And then I'll be sending you, and he will be sending you pre-stuff to look at as well. So, any questions on construction or the date? August 10th. Okay.
We start at 12.
Okay.
Sorry. But if it's,
Well, I will say this, we do have a half day for students that day to kind of let the littles get here and, not have to spend a whole day here. Let them have a little bit of routine. And then remember that Friday will be half a day as well, to kind of break up the week. Again, our high school kids, they can handle it. Now junior high, it's our littles that struggle coming from the summer and they don't through that, so.
Any questions? So are we committing to, we had that feed here when we fed the teachers at the end of the school year? Is that what we're going to try to stick to going forward?
Yeah, we used to always do it at the beginning of the school year, but it was usually during in-service.
I like it at the beginning so that if we have new ones, we can read it and stuff, but.
We've done it at Christmas.
Yeah, let's do it Christmas. It's easier for me.
We tried to do it at Christmas this last year, we were so busy, we couldn't find a date to do it.
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't know it was, and so I will take a better job of working on that if we need to do the Christmas.
It's true.
It's just so busy. busy, but it's always busy.
Yeah.
If we try to do it again at the beginning of the year this year, it'd be kind of close to the last one. I think if we try to do it at Christmas and then see how we liked it, and then then we could do it at the beginning of the year next year.
So Christmas? Or,
Yeah, let's just shoot for that. If we could plan early. Last year, we just,
If we do that, then we don't get to meet everybody, and everybody can't meet.
but the last day
I will try to have everyone come to that board meeting, one of the board meetings. You know, like I did Coach Harper, I know I did it late, but I'll gladly have them come to the board meeting.
August 10th?
I'll see about, August 10th may work perfect. You see what I'm saying, most of them will be here. Football, depends on what they do with football, is my only thing with our coaches, is that if he's having practice after staff development day, it might be difficult for them, so I may have to catch some of them later, maybe the September board meeting.
So Christmas.
Look at that. I'll be here at my time.
What did you get next week?
Yes.
Look at it.
What?
No, it's not. I'm not gonna take any action.
you
That's
know,
fine.
there's sports always happening that evening. But don't
Y'all wanna
forget-
look at the data I gave y'all? This is yours, isn't it? As you can tell, it was, very, very positive on, it was very, very positive as you look at this first page or two, what you look at it, we just wanted to see who we were talking to, so that we got the percentages of people that were talking about it. The main graph I kind of want to look at is going to be on the second page, and it says, based on what you currently know, what is your overall opinion of the possibility of Rotan I.S.D. and Roe-EC I.S.D. consolidating? And as you can tell, you're looking at about 63% that say strongly support. You got 11% that somewhat support. 10.6% is neutral. Just needs more information, which we knew that was going to be a kind of a sticking point on the deal. And then you have about a 4% in there that say somewhat opposed. 2% that somewhat opposed. I did the math, and then strongly opposed is about 10.6%. But again, with that 10.6%, what you're looking at is some people that just don't have all the information, because we just wanted to kind of get a thumbprint of what we looked at, what we wanted to look at. Again, if we did move forward with this, or both schools decided to move forward with this, there would be a lot more details before a vote was ever taken. And so I would strongly believe that 10% might change a little bit if we were able to give more information on what was going to be doing going forward. And then I'll let y'all, a big percentage was, just more to offer. And that's always been the thing with a bigger school. If you look at under the graph, it's, a high percent of expand academic opportunities. While y'all have heard me say 100 times, I wouldn't change being in a small school for anything. But the only thing that bigger schools do offer you is the ability to offer more, because they have more students. They may have an automotive thing, or cosmetology, or something to that effect, and there are several things. Now, some of those things we're trying to take care of with our RPrep program and working with other schools, and EMT, nursing, welding, and things like that, to work with other schools. So we're kind of doing that. That's a little bit of what the opportunity is. And then, of course, extracurricular activities. Currently we do not have a softball girls team, but if you were to combine, then you might be able to have that. So. Just kind of wanted to give y'all all the information on that.
any questions? If not, we'll move on to item 6.1. is to discuss and take action to increase the district's health insurance contribution from $360 per month to $400 due to regulations in the ACA.
Okay, there's a formula that I wish I could tell you that I don't understand, but I don't. It's in TASB. But what you do is you kind of enter all your data, and what it is, it's really looking at your lowest level employees' salaries. So what I did that I didn't put in here that I wish I would have done sooner, but I decided to talk to about 8 schools in the area and just talk about what everybody's moving up to, and everybody's moving up. I think the lowest I found, but what they're doing is the lowest I found was Paint Creek, and I think they increased theirs to like 386, but that's not for everybody. That's just for their lowest income, and then some of the other ones, they have to do a little bit higher. So they kind of divided it a little bit, and it's not Paint Creek, so I don't want to be on the record for saying it was, but I looked at so many, I wish I would have written them down, but I kind of started looking at them. But everybody is anywhere from 390 to 410 is what I found with all the schools in the area. So everybody's having to move their contribution up. Now, what you do is I kind of gave an approximate number of what it's going to cost the district, and of course I've talked to our business manager to put that in for our budget workshop next time, if y'all agree with it, to make sure that we're on task with that. It's going to depend on your employees and how many you have. So of course, the less amount of employees you have, that number drops, and the more employees, that number goes up. But that's kind of a round figure of what it's going to cost the district. But it's to stay in compliance with the Affordable Care Act.
Any questions?
And our insurance is going up again this year. I have not gotten all the details, but it does every year. So while it's gonna help a little bit, it's still gonna be, it's not like it's gonna help a ton. So.
I make a motion the board increase the school allotment for employee insurance payment from $360 per employee a month to $400 for the 2026-2027 school year.
I second.
Motion by Mr. McWilliams, second by Mrs. Curleo to increase the district health insurance contribution as described. All in favor? Motion carries 7-0. Item 6.2 is to approve the 26-27 student code of conduct.
And this is the only one of the 3. I know I'll put it in the board agenda, but this is the only one of the 3 that is actually has to be approved by the board. We did not make any changes to the code of conduct this year. Basically, the code of conduct is TASB gives you the legal issues to it, and we basically copy it directly from TASB and their lawyers as they kind of go through it. Now, the other 2, we do make some changes periodically, but they do not have to be 100% approved through the board. But this is the only one. So, and there were no changes on the code of conduct.
I move that the board approve the code of conduct for 2026-2027 school year.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Garza, second by Mr. McWilliams to approve the student code of conduct as described, 26-27. All in favor?
I got a couple of questions I want to ask before I commit. On this disregard for authority, it said failure to comply with directives given by school personnel. It's been my experience,
What page are you on, Luke?
my pages weren't numbered. It's disciplinary at alternative education program, DAEP, general conduct violations.
Is it in the code of conduct, or is it in the student handbook or
I think
employee?
it's in the front. It's right under,
That's the
oh,
second.
it's the
Third
4th
page.
page. Yeah,
Of the code of conduct?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
The bold says disregard for authority. General conduct violations.
It's right after disciplinary alternative education, it's got the bullet, standards for student conduct.
So it's only 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
you got it, Rod?
Okay, like I said, it's been my experience with past things that teachers are not always right, and students are not always wrong. But this says that they have to comply with all directives, and there's no way to say that, there's no way to object. Like, okay, one example, not from the teachers, but we've been hearing a lot about it lately. The Democrats are saying that Trump gave unlawful orders. And if you give an unlawful order and they follow it, that falls back on who gave the order, doesn't it? Okay, my question is, if a student knows that something is not right and they speak up and say something about it, what's going to happen to the student?
You mean, do they get to question basically what the school is saying or doing, or you're, because, I mean, I'm gonna try to narrow it down. I mean, I think I know what you're asking maybe, but, I mean, if a teacher and or a student make a conversation or talk or whatever, then there's an investigation done throughout. You know, the student.
Okay.
I guess I'm.
Is a student going to get in trouble for questioning the order?
No, never.
Because like I said, I personally know of 2 or 3 places where the teacher was wrong and the student knew different. And the student corrected the teacher. Well, the teacher got kind of hostile.
So I think there's always, in all parts of society, whether it be the legal part or when you're dealing with rules that are, so what we're saying is that as a board, we're adopting this set of rules, right? And so in any circumstance, there's fact and there's law, where there's fact, what really happened, what did or didn't happen, and then what is the law. The same applies in medicine, or in any industry where the governing body sets out a set of rules, and then those players, the teachers, the coaches, the administrators, their job is to implement those rules. And so if they don't, based on the way it was outlined by the organization, then they're in the wrong. And that student always has a recourse. I mean, they have that chain of command that they can go up at any point.
Okay, but then again, what if the chain of command is the problem?
Well, then you have a bigger problem. I mean, we're a player in the chain of command. And so it eventually would come to us. There's a process for that.
It should come to us. Now, it may not.
I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't either, but it is always, there is that, it goes from this person to this person, and it's
Yes, I
not,
understand
it can't
chain
be
of command.
stopped. If they want to bring it to us, they can, and that cannot be stopped.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, they've got forms that you fill out as a parent, whatever, and you submit that. And if they want to bring it, then they can bring it to the board. And if the board still doesn't satisfy it, they still have another higher authority in which they can go to.
Okay.
Now, I want to jump in
Yeah.
as we're making this, that there's steps to get to the board. They don't get to just automatically.
Yeah.
go.
no,
They don't- they don't-
And that's what
I
I
know
meant
that.
by, I
But-
hope that they don't come to us
Yeah.
because that means it's been resolved before it gets to
Yeah.
us. That was
But
my
there's always a possibility it may not be.
Right.
And there's another one down here. Engage inappropriate or indiscreet exposure of body parts. Okay, I don't know how to say this discretion. There's a double standard there because the girls are getting in trouble for things that the boys do all the time. The girl walk up and slap another girl on the butt, and she gets accused of sexual harassment. Boy walks up and hits another boy in his privates, and they just laugh and go on about it. Now, why is there a double standard?
This is indecent exposure, so that would be somebody flashing somebody else or
Well,
something.
no,
like
I'm
that.
talking about somebody, I may be looking at, okay, maybe I'm looking for the wrong one. Engages in sexual or gender-based harassment or abuse.
Well, the policy is saying that students should not do that. So it's just setting out a basic set of rules of saying, these are things we don't endorse, that we don't.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but what I want to know is why certain students get in trouble for doing things that the guys are doing.
Well, this code of conduct that we're discussing doesn't address that specifically. It sets out those rules. And I feel like what you're describing is a specific set of circumstances.
What we used to call horseplay.
Yeah.
Well, it's changed,
Yeah.
so.
But yeah, it is what we used to consider horseplay. But now it's considered assault or sexual harassment or stuff like that. And I feel that sometimes there is a double standard applied.
Well, this code of conduct is, I mean, that could be a whole separate issue that deals with the facts of those specific circumstances, but I think all we're adopting here is a set of rules that we all agree on that our society within our school will do our best to abide by.
And is it applied across the board? It doesn't specifically say boys, girls, whatever. It's just applied across the board that everyone on this campus will abide by that.
Or they should abide by
They
it.
should abide. We can't force anybody to
To do
abide by it.
anything, yeah.
But if they do break the rules, then again, there's steps that are in place to make sure that it's handled the way it's supposed to be handled.
And another thing, that just because a student walks through that door, they don't leave their rights outside the door.
That's correct.
Because Supreme Court has ruled on that endlessly. That says that a student does not lose their rights when they walk in a school building.
True. I agree.
So, like I said, I may be kind of off base, but when I read it, it concerned me.
Hit you wrong. But it's indecent exposure, which means, body parts, it means all these things are applied to everyone. Nobody says this, that, or other. It's everybody that's on this campus.
Yeah, that's
When they're
right.
on this campus, okay?
Yeah, some of the things we did when we were in school, we'd have got.
Yeah.
Most of these are just a set of rules that we're all agreed on that most of us should have learned in kindergarten.
Okay, I can agree to that.
Yeah.
So the motion's on the table. The motion's been made and seconded made by Mrs. Garza and seconded by Mrs. McWilliams. All in favor? Motion carries 7-0. Thank you, Rupel, for the spirited discussion. Are we going ahead with item 6.3?
Yeah, we are going with 6.3, but
Okay.
all you've got to do is review it. It's not by rule. I miswrote that one, and I had to call out a lawyer just to make sure. But some schools will approve and some schools will not, but basically they say that we should not. Right.
They're saying we should.
Yeah, they're saying we should not. So.
I remember that now.
Yeah, and I knew we didn't do it with the handbook, because the handbook is a set of rules, and the only thing we changed in the handbook last year was the cell phone policy. And I think we're gonna go one more year. While we did question some of the stuff, we are gonna go one more year with that cell phone policy, and then review it again next year, as we go through. But, I think we started off very strong with our cell phone policy, and then it started changing a little bit, so we're just gonna have to make sure that every 6 weeks we are kind of reiterating our cell phone policy. But teacher handbook and the student handbook is just to be reviewed, and basically the rule states that I have to put it in your hands and let you review it. I do apologize that it's big and thick like this. Next year, I'm gonna print them out and give them to you separately, maybe in a different folder, and then you can have them.
That's why I got this.
Yeah. And then I'll keep this one small, but as we started doing it, and then our copier will not allow us to scan more than like 1.2 megabytes, and of course, that's why we had to do it in several layers, and the old scanner would work, and so that's where we are with that. But no, we do not take any action on either one of those.
Any reason to go into closed session? If not, there's no reason to reconvene from closed session, and item number 9.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Yes, quick. She seconded.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Mr. McWilliams, second by Mrs. Garza, all in favor?